Hello guys, this is Pedram Raufi from Gerchik Co and you're watching the markets review of the day. Today's Friday, the last day for stock market and forex market actually, but there is some news, maybe bad news about cryptocurrency market, which we're going to actually check as well. At the end of the program, we're going to start with the news background, with the predictions, with some analysis maybe, and then we're going to continue the situation which is now is going on the stock market of the United States and on the forex pairs. We're going to check the price of gold, commodity assets, and of course the energy sector assets like gas and oil as well. As you know, for today, economy calendar is kind of empty. There is just some inflation releases from the United States, which are going to be less than predictions. They could fall from 0.6 to 0.5, but actual numbers could make the most realistic impact on the market. So we have to wait for it to came out, but there is some predictions that the inflation is going to go down a little bit. That would be a really good signal for stock market. But as you know from yesterday, S&P 500, many other stock market indexes have been just losing a little bit, like 4%, if I don't mistake, 5%, and I think that that's a really strong speculation, and this is not the signal of the crush of stock markets. Let's see what Jim Cramer says about the situation, which have started from yesterday, the downward trend, which have started, which we can actually see here, as I showed you. This is the today's candle, which made the stock market, made the stock index, S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq as well, to a little bit fall. So he's not pro crush. He's not pro downward trend on stock market, and he's kind of getting signals to buy some stocks which have already been through recession, or they are not that vulnerable to the monetary policy tightening, for example. In this article on CNBC news site, we can see that he's telling us that there is two kind of stocks nowadays in which you can actually invest, and that means that actually we are not waiting for a crush of an estate stock market. There is, for example, Meta, Facebook, Amazon, and Apple, which is kind of saying that they are in a better situation. Now we're going to actually check all of these stock prices as well, but there's a main reason that he said that there exists two kind of reason why we don't have to leave the stock market that soon, because there's still some stocks which can make stock market indexes to rise further, to continue to rise. And yesterday's and today's movement, downward movement, was just a speculation, was just a really strong speculation of the bears. And we should find the stocks which are not that vulnerable to the interest rate hiking, to the monetary policy tightening, because you know that high-tech stocks mostly are so vulnerable to the interest rate hiking. But there is a bunch of other stocks, even if you see, for example, due to the heat map, there would be some sections that they are not really falling. For example, the software technology and healthcare and consumer sector. There are different type of sectors that they really are not falling that much. And about the energy sector as well, I want to tell you that for now there is one reason why energy sector is not is not that much rising, and the main reason is that Saudi Arabia is feeding those countries which have already banned the Russian oil and gas import. And he's doing this, so Biden said he have to do this. But that's kind of help the situation to be that critical, and this would make oil prices as well to not rise that much. We are going to actually check oil prices as well today. So maybe let's start from the S&P 500. Go through the other indexes. Check Apple, Amazon, and Meta um, prices as well. Then we go through the Forex pairs, and at the end of the program, we're going to check the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other maybe cryptocurrencies which are not related to these two, like Chainlink, like Polkadot, and if we have time, of course. So that was a really hard speculation. We actually waited for it, but $4,000 haven't yet broken. We are really impulsively getting near to it. I don't think that this movement is going to be continued. That's a really dirty speculation which is now going on, and I think that prices are going to get reversed from. So that's my idea. Dow Jones prices, the industrial index of United States as well, showing us that it's falling that impulsively. But just look here, historically, Dow Jones show us more conservative picture than S&P 500, because S&P 500 technically doesn't show you the realistic picture, because it was pumped by money and by really high amount of money. So Dow Jones Industrial Index actually shows you historically, technically, why prices do not have to fall further. For example, in this case, because they're really near to the local support, they're retesting it, and there is a reason why they really don't have to fall further. So $32,000 could be the level after the test of which prices are going to reverse and continue to rise or get into some consolidational movement. High-tech index of stock market of the United States as well. This downward impulse wasn't really that scary. It have already stopped, and there was a mirror level here. If you pay attention, 12,400 was a really good mirror level, which have been already retested impulsively from local resistance. And this kind of impulsive movement is actually the great signal that prices are not going to fall further after the test of this mirror level. So just there's some signals that I can see actually, and I cannot that much believe in the continuation of this downward trend, despite this kind of movement which we have here between simple average, simple movement average and the exponential movement average, moving average, which would mean that prices maybe are going to get into some correctional downward phase. But there is different steps for this correctional downward steps. Downward steps. First of all, it's 12,400, then 12,000, then 11,600. So it won't be a really sharp downward movement, I think. So even you get into market, into the short positions, there won't be a really critical situation for you. So it would continue. You could continue the game. And let's see what's going on with Apple and Amazon and Meta. So here, as you see, there's a really important supports which we have for Apple. 140, 135. I don't think that prices are going to break through all of these levels. Prices are going to reverse from these levels. They could make you scared when they're going to go through 140, 135. They're going to be so speculative. Maybe even they're going to shrink volatility and make it longer, the retest of these levels, so you would get tired and you won't get into market. But I think that reversal from these levels are really, really possible. And Amazon as well. Situation here, just look at this: 100, 110. That's the main support. So historically, they have to be really main, and historically they are. Historically they are. Prices kind of under some really powerful mirror level here for 135, 130, but I think that in the near future we are going to break through all of these levels and go higher. Federal Reserve System is not going to hike the interest rate that much. We have a problem with job market. It's not going anywhere, and they have a problem. But that's not a problem actually. We have a fact that inflation is getting lower, and is getting the curve is kind of flattening now, and it could really go lower. So there's really no reasons for stock market of the United States to get into any critical situation. Another reason is that United States and China are getting more closer, and their relationship could help stock markets, both of stock markets, China and United States as well. So I think that that's a really crazy idea to even believe about the crush of United States stock market. And the last one is Meta. So here we have a really amazing retest and the breakthrough and the false breakthrough of local minimums. There's a level 180. We are not getting even under it. That's the only thing I can say. We cannot even get under it. That's so powerful. That's a really powerful level 180. I think that we are not getting under it. If we get under it, we are going to have a really, really shrink volatility first, and then we are going to get a reversal. So this would be a really great speculation to make you guys to believe that prices are going to go down. So we actually kind of finished with the stock market indices. We're going to get to the Forex pairs, and we're going to check the situation on the Forex market, like Euro, Pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and then you're going to check the price of gold, commodity prices, as well. So a United States dollar index, which has a opposite correlation with stock market, opposite correlation with gold prices, opposite correlation with oil prices. And you're going to use all of these factors to think and say where the dollar prices is going to go next. Today's movement looks like a really great signal, which is really, really the same and looks like the failure, how we say, there's a reversal pattern, failure swing, which we call the failure swing, and we could have it here, the failure swing. First maximum is here, second maximum is going to be about here, and then prices are going to reverse for midterm. So there is a real chance to get this failure swing here, and I think that it's really possible. Just take a look at the distance between the simple moving average and exponential moving average of a year and the month. So this red one is monthly, and this one is 200 days. 200 days. It's a annual. Indicator of the moving average. So there's a really, really great distance between them now, and the SMA is kind of starting to rise, stopping to rise. So here we are going to have a reversal around 104, and that's a short situation. We are going to have more speculations. We have to maybe on the 4 hour chart, the hours chart, we are going to have some widening formations and which look like this, which look like a horn. Widening formation when volatility is getting wider, wider, wider in the form of a horn, and that's as well. That's a reversal pattern. We can get different type of speculation here. We could get even upward wedge here, which is look like a triangle, which looks up, and this would be a really great signal of a reversal as well. So pay attention on 1 hour chart, on 30-minute charts. Maybe we are going to have these kind of patterns in the near future. So this would be a really great signal of next reversal. So I don't really believe that this movement is gonna continue. 104 is a really great level after the test of which we're going to reverse, I think. And let's go through the euro, pound, Australian dollar, and New Zealand dollar. We don't forget that euro and pound are kind of less powerful. Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, there has a correlation with oil prices. That's why they are more powerful. Euro have been already finished with the consolidation. 1.060 have been retested. We are not going to break it through. We are going to stay here. We are going to reverse from this level. And that's how actually prices are showing us. The candle formations are showing us that prices are not going to break through any kind of speculation here, any kind of long candle short. You don't have to believe them. We don't really have to believe this kind of speculations. If bears here think about to make you believe that prices are going to go downward, prices are going to fall further, in a way, in a form of a big bearish red candle, please don't believe them. GBP USD. Showing you actually the powerful local support is really important. So GBP is already telling you more conservative picture. More conservative picture. It shows you that there is a potential of manipulation, but prices are not going to break through or get stuck under this level, under this mirror level, under 1.24, let's say. That would be a round number, 1.24. So 1.24 reversal and the continuation of upward move. Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar have been already reversed from a really important support. 0.70 is a psychological level, but 0.7080, 0.7060 were the supports after the test which prices had to reverse. So you can historically see it here. You can historically see it here. This range is here. And actually we get a reverse. It doesn't mean that prices are not going to make another speculation. They could make another speculation. But here and now you can actually get ready to get into the upward market, to get into the bullish market. Mostly here we need the oil prices rising further. If it doesn't happen, the market will show us way different picture. So here and now we really need the continuation of oil prices rally, which won't be a miracle, which is a logical thing that could really happen, which could really continue in the near future. The speed prices are near to local maximums. The prices are really around the top of the market. I'm talking about oil. Despite all of these factors, we could have a chance of prices continuation in an upward phase. So New Zealand dollar 0.64 have been retested. Was a really great level. Was a really great support, and reversal here would have more meaning if we get above 0.64 at least 0.6450. So let's say 0.6450, 0.65 are the levels above which we could be more sure about the continuation of the upward movement. In other way, if we get stuck under these levels, this won't mean that prices are going to fall that much, but this would mean that prices are going to continue the consolidational movement. They would stuck inside the consolidational corridor or something like that. So next comes the energy sector, let's say, because we talked about it too much, and we're going to check the price of WTI oil prices. Great, amazing. It's showing us that as well. Here we have a really great impulse already on the 4-hour chart, and that's really great news. We're actually retesting the top of the market. We are retesting the local maximums, but within some hours, some sessions, some maybe okay days, we are going to impulsively break through this maximum because of this accumulation of energy here. We have the signal of reversal. We have a signal of the divergence. But always when something like this happens, you have to pay attention that divergence signal is a great signal of reversal. But before it happens, before it comes true, before that, we are going to have a speculative movement. This speculative movement is an upward movement to 128, 120, 130, 132. So I am waiting for the test of these levels, and after that, I'm not really sure about the correctional movement. So the correctional movement, downward movement here for oil would be really, really conservative, really, really short-ranged, really, really with a low amplitude. So don't forget. Gas prices, natural gas. Yeah, great. We actually saw this downward impulse, and I told you that prices are going to they're going to bounce up and rise further. So that's actually the picture that we saw. Prices are going to rise further as well, but we could here have some stopping down in upward movement. We had a really, really great impulse, which showed us that market is not bearish anyway, and there were just some releases from Russia, statistic about that Russia gas export have been raised even after war. So that have made markets about 1 time, 2 times to go down. It was releases from Russia actually. But the main thing is that energy crisis is not going anywhere, and the ban on Russian gas is a really realistic thing. How much different type of European countries don't like it, but that's a real thing. It's going to happen, and ban on Russian gas is going to be fulfilled. All the countries, many countries, are putting too much energy and too much work on it, so this would happen. So as well, I'm telling you that 950, 10, 11, 12 are not unrealistic to achieve for gas prices. United States dollar to Canadian dollars, which is showing that United States dollar is moving upward now. So oil prices maybe has some downward impulse, but in the case of United States upward movement and oil prices upward movement, United States to Canadian dollar doesn't have to rise or fall. Situation here is really, really speculative. I think that maybe some releases could cause this thing, because oil prices, yes, they were falling, but they made a really interesting upward impulse, and dollar prices as well rising. So here I think that we cannot really take any chances to use this situation to buy further. That would be a crazy thing. 1.28 further, we are not going to rise. 1.28 is going to be a level which kills you all, and the 1.28 is going to be the level which kills buyers and sellers in the future, because near to this level is going to be a really highly speculative movements, and that's a reality which are going to kill bears and bulls in the same time. Just the retest of 1.28. So be careful. I think that the retest of 1.28 won't even let you to short these positions. It would just make you wait, maybe some sessions, maybe some days, and then after that it would make some speculative downward impulses because oil is going to go higher. So be so careful with United States Canadian dollar. United States to Mexican peso, more conservative, showing us that there is no chances for prices to go higher because impulsively we have been already retested the mirror level, a really important level of 1980. So higher than 1980, no chances to rise. Despite all of these signals, for example, the distance between SMA and EMA, despite all of the signals, there's no chances to rise further. So let's go further and say we have the commodity prices. Gold prices, silver, platinum, and palladium. We're going to check all of them. As we said from previous time, gold is not going to rise that much. Gold doesn't have the power to do it. There's no reason for gold to rise. Speculatively, it's good, but that's not the thing that you need. So for gold, most of us are really waiting. And for previous time, maybe Japanese yen and Swiss franc were the better assets to work with the better currencies to work with than gold or silver. Here we see the accumulation of the energy, really high accumulation of the energy, and there would be some speculative downward movement. I think there would be, and as well, 1,880 could get retested again. So maybe inside this corridor it would be a really great thing to um, trade, but you have to pay attention that here's a really powerful support which we have 1,840, 1,835, 1,840, let it be. The breakthrough of this level is a great sign that you are going to activate the buy limit orders, and then prices are going to actually rise. Really speculative moment, really dangerous moment. But I believe that the retest of 1,840 is going to make prices to reverse and go higher, maybe speculatively even. But if there would be any downward speculation in the form of a really long bearish candles, red candles, to 1,820, this would be great signals for all of you to just calmly get into long positions for midterm. So, but I think that the situation in here would be more faster. It would happen more faster. Silver USD have to be the same. More conservative picture shows us that there is potential of speculation, but anyway, there would be more logical here to wait for a reversal. 2020 are the levels which could get retested speculatively, but I don't think the prices are going to do something like that. I think the prices already near to this level, near to this minimum, are going to reverse and are going to rise. Platinum prices, really impulsive downward movement, great show, great picture, which is showing us actually that this mirror level of 900 let's say 50 is a great mirror level after the retest of which prices are going to reverse, and we just need to wait for it. So consolidational movement at first, the movement of the prices, the phase in which prices could get in near future, that's not the downward phase, but the consolidational phase at least. And in the best situation, it could be the reversal. 950. And the palladium. Beautiful, just beautiful. Sanctions are doing the best, so palladium is not really falling. Palladium, despite all of this commodities, it's just consolidating, and it would consolidate further. So here is a really beautiful retest of a really important level, and prices are showing us that they are getting reversed. So here, even I don't think that we have a chance of opening any limit order under these levels. So I mean in the risk range for long positions. And mostly there would be a great reversal here. So next comes the pairs which are related to the gold and the silver. I mean commodity defensive assets, defensive currencies like JPY, which is Japanese yen, and CHF, which is the Swiss franc. JPY have been retested 135, and as we said from previous time, there is some news about Japanese bank and some statistical releases which show that the business in Japan is not pro weaker JPY. They don't like it. They say that previously it helped the GDP to rise, the gross domestic product index of Japan to rise, but now it doesn't really help. And the main reason is that prices everywhere is getting higher, so why JPY have to still that big? And these statistics show that maybe the Japanese bank is going to stop the JPY weakening above 135, $2. So we are not going to have a movement above 135. Maybe some speculation to 136, but that won't be a long-term movement. So we told you about this news from the day before yesterday, and that's what we had next. So consolidation. We are not going higher. We don't believe in reversal here. We cannot say that here could any reversal happen. But if dollar prices start to fall, we have more chances to reversal here. But for short positions, ranges are really, really, really short. They're really low. So you cannot actually sell it. Japanese yen, you cannot sell dollars to Japanese yen even now. 132 maximum is a level which could get retested, then prices are going to rise again. So maybe it would be better to use for shorting, use the United States dollar to CHF to Swiss franc, which is more powerful. And here we have already a really great signal of a reversal, which is a divergence, but the amplitude is really short. So here I would tell that mostly today's speculation, impulsive retest of local maximum, is already a signal of reversal. We are not going to have any higher speculations, any more bearish candle, long bearish candle formations after the formation of which we are going to reverse. So here I think that we are getting to the reversal already. We could get into it, and prices already which start to go short, but 0.97 maximum 0.9750 I think would be the most realistic levels, realistic local supports after the retest, which prices are not going to go lower. We really need the reversal of the United States dollar, but it's not going to happen today, tomorrow, or after tomorrow. There is a formation now appearing on the chart of dollar index. It looks like failure swing, but it haven't yet formed. So this is not the situation. This is not a fast thing, it won't happen so that fast, but it's going on. It's happening now. That's the reversal about which we told you from a month ago, maybe, or a month and a half. So here we finished with Forex market, and we are going to get into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. There is some bad news from people who actually don't like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency lately turned into some ideal place mm, for human right, for freedom of speech, for example, for mm, free information spreading, anti-propaganda, and etc. and etc. As you know, blockchain technology um, can allow us to get fulfill all of this kind of matters into reality, and that's why for now, for today, any collapse of crypto world could mean that the free world or the free speech or human rights is getting collapsed. So we are getting to a new trend of cryptocurrency mm, propaganda, but that's not a really bad thing. Blockchain, as you know, is helping many systems around the world, and but here we have a really great rich people who are just against um, all of it because they're more pro uh, their own authority in the world. So here we have a moment in the world that maybe this authority is going to get changed. So the boomers' authority is going to get replaced with the millennials' authority. But this would be a really bloody war. And because of that, here and now, there is a really great suspicions about that price of cryptocurrency assets could shock us, could make some harsh downward impulses, and that's a reality. Bitcoin is flexible; it could do that, and then again could actually rise further. But would it rise? Would it rise after the crash to 15,000, for example, or to 10,000? Because now around the world are telling that prices could actually fall to 15,000, 10,000, and that's really not a good news. So here and now, technically, I think that prices could make some speculative upward movement, but after that, they're going to crash and go lower. So this is a realistic thing. 33,000, 35,000 would get retested in the near future, but after that, prices are going to reverse. Don't forget that beside Bitcoin, we have different other type of interesting cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, like Chainlink, like Polkadot, which could be the same and even be better. Ethereum prices mostly here are showing us that we have a really powerful support. It's retesting. Speculations to 2000 could happen, but after that we are going to reverse and fall further. Chainlink Chainlink showing a situation in the case of which we have already retested a really important psychological level, but the amplitude after the correction from this level was really low, which make us to believe that prices could actually retest this level again or maybe get higher than this level in the near future. So let's say that $8 is the last border of the risk, and if we get under it, it would show that things are really worse, are really bad. But mainly, I think that we are going to strengthen above 8 and go further and maybe go to 12 or 14 as well. And the Polkadot showing us that the retest of local minimum, which is a really powerful minimum, is happening now. Amplitude is really shrink. I can say that there would be some downward impulses, but mostly psychological level is really near. $10 is really near, and best idea is to believe that prices are getting pushed to this psychological level, because if you pay attention, we have we are not falling that much after the retest of $10, and we kind of get pushed to it. And for now, while we are falling, why the amplitude is that low? It could be good news. It could be good news of a reversal and upward movement. But speculations to 8, speculations to 750 are realistic. 750, I don't think so, but $8 this could be a realistic speculation. Thank you guys that you watched this video. I wish that you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss other programs and other videos on this channel. Don't forget to check our official site, and on our official site you can find different type of instruments and interesting packages for traders, which you can actually buy really great sell-offs. In this package you can find different type of instruments for trading, for beginners and for experts, different type of courses and signals, and of course instruments for your platform, trading platform. Take care of yourself. Till next time, have a good trading. Bye bye.